Hello guys, welcome to RX Tutorials. Today we are going to learn how to create this dynamic charts with drop-down list. We've been provided with a set of data. With our data, we have a list of products and their monthly revenues. We have a list of products consisting of phones, laptops, headphones, drones, and then toys as well. So when we're going to take a look at this cell, by changing the month, we have our chart dynamically changes. As you can see, our title or heading also changes as well. So how do we create such dynamic charts? Sit back, relax, and then let's learn. So let's move to our second page. In our second page, we have our set of data with a monthly revenue. So first of all, let's create this chart. Our first step is to create our drop-down list. In our drop-down list, just click on any cell and then go to data, then go choose data validation. A pop-up message pops up. In the message, Excel asks you whether you want any value. No, we don't want any value. We want a list of values. For the list of values, you have to specify which values that we want or which list that we want. We want to provide a list of the month, so we have to specify the month. So let's press OK. So as you can see now, we've populated this cell with that list. So when you open up the drop down, you can see that you can see the month. Yeah, but at this stage, nothing happens because we have not done anything. So what's the next step? Our next step is to create a helper column. This helper column is going to help us to populate or to insert our chart. There are many ways in inserting a dynamic chart. We can use an offset function, which is a very powerful tool of Excel. We can also use a named range, but in this case, we want to learn how to use the index and match formula or function to insert the chart. You can check out my videos for the index and match formula in the list of videos on my channel. So I'll just run through quickly with the index and match function. So first of all, we can just copy the product here. So we have our product here, and with our products, we start. This is going to be our month. So let's say this is January. So let's start by writing our index and match formula. With the index and match formula, we have to specify an array. The array means that where can our answer be? Our answer can be found in any of these values, right? From January, February, March. We don't know which month that we will choose, but our answer can be found here. So we can specify these values, and then we have to fix this because we want a static range. We want a static range. So with this Excel, our next argument is a row number. For the row number, we use the match function. In the match function, our first argument is the lookup value. So in this case, our lookup value is our product, right? And we will not fix this because we want to draw our formula down. Where can our product be found? That is the lookup array for this lookup value. So our lookup array will be our product list, and we have to fix this as well. Then our next argument is, do you want an exact match? Yes, we want an exact match. So we can close this, but then we want to also we want to dynamically change the month. So we will insert another match function. And in this match function, our lookup value will be this. that is the month, we have to fix this because that will be static. And then our lookup array will be where we find our month, that is from January to December, right? So we can fix this as well. And then do we want an exact match? Yes, we want an exact match. So we close this and then we close the outer. So let's check for phones. For phones, January revenue was 450. So we can just drag our formula down. So let's do a quick for laptops. January we had 500, yes, and for headphones we had 800. So that is correct. So we can simply insert a chart based on these values. So we can go to insert, you can just highlight our value, go to insert, and then we can just insert just a simple column chart. Let's write something here. So let's say select month, and then we can change the fill of this. You can choose any color. Let's choose this. Now to make this dynamic, we'd have to do a cell referencing. To do our cell referencing, we have to select this, and then we will say that this value or this cell is equal to the value, which is B16, any value that is selected in this cell. So what we are simply saying is that let this value display any value that is selected in this month. So as you can see, now we have August, and then August is also displayed here. So now our chart becomes very dynamic. So we can simply highlight this, and then we can hide this by making it white. We can turn off, can also make this white, the fill. So now our chart is dynamic. But then how do you make a title or heading also dynamic? So what we are going to do is we are going to also write this formula in the cell. In this formula, we are going to simply write, let's say we want to display that sales revenue. Sales revenue is a text, so we have to wrap it around a double quotation. So sales revenue for, so what we are going to do is we are going to wrap this using the concatenate formula, and we are going to put this in double quotes. So we are going to say that this B16, which is sales revenue for the value that is selected in this cell. So for any value that appears in this cell, that is B16, we are going to concat or join this to the text. So we are going to also wrap this and then around the double quote. So as you can see now, cell value in B16 is September. So our formula reads sales revenue for September because that's the value of B16. So then you can select the heading, and then what we are going to say that we are going to do a cell referencing that the heading is equal to the cell value, and then we can highlight this and then make the fill white. So now our title is also dynamic. So for any value that we choose, it's going to display sales revenue for October, and as well as sales revenue for November. We can format our charts. You can turn off the grid lines. You can as well change the fill. You can press Ctrl 1 to open the format data series, and then you can change the fill to any color that you want. Yeah, so our chart is very dynamic. As our values, let's turn on the data labels. So I want to show my data. You can increase the font, make it a little bigger, and then make it bold. So then whatever month that we choose, our chart dynamically changes. Thank you very much. Check out my videos on index and match function. Bye.